I mean, the timing is almost comical given that we have a 737 MAX 9 in front of us, but hey, we have the very first scale 500 model of a Copa Airlines aircraft. So it doesn't matter what aircraft type it is, we have to take a look at it, and we can do so thanks to the great prices of the FMB shop. So let's get cracking and see what the model can do. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 737 MAX 9 of Copa Airlines. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of that we have the Copa Airlines branding. The backside of the box, once more a mess from Herpa Wings. There isn't much nice to say about it, so the only really thing worth mentioning here is the fact that it is a limited edition. And here she is, the Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the current standard livery of Copa Airlines. Now, I know that many are very excited for this aircraft model because it is the very first time in Scale 500 that we get this airline featured. But for those not so familiar with the airline, they might still recognize that there are some similarities to a US carrier, the former Continental Airlines and now United Airlines. And that's no coincidence, as the airlines have been rather closely linked due to, well, various degrees of ownership throughout the years. And that explains the backstory why Copa Airlines flies around in this livery. But now let's see what the aircraft model has to offer collectors and if it's worth our money and time. And we do so by taking a closer look at it, starting with the tail section where we have the Copa Airlines branding on the vertical stabilizer. On the fuselage we then have the flag of Panama, we have the full registration code of the aircraft, and next to the cabin door we have some small digits, that's the internal registration code of the airline. Towards the very tail of the aircraft we also find a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust, and then we can move on to the front of the aircraft. Here we find across the fuselage the Copa Airlines branding. We have some static ports. Next to the cabin door we have a 75th anniversary logo of the airline, and we also find a Star Alliance logo of which the airline is a member. Underneath the cockpit windows we have the aircraft type specification, and the cockpit section itself then offers us the cockpit windows with the lovely metallic markings around the edges of those, and we also have the window wipers, but perhaps some pedal tubes or something like that could have been a nice addition here as well. The engine nacelles have been given the same grey-beige color that we find on the undercarriage of the aircraft. Furthermore, we have the silver leading edge and the safety markings printed on, giving them a rather lovely look, I think. Also, the physical detailing is very nice with the chevron nozzles, and also here from the front, very nice, you can see the engine fan blades. Then on the fuselage, just above the wings, we have the emergency exits printed on, and behind that we also have the now very famous additional exit. Although I think with a deactivated emergency exit here, it would look a little bit different. But, well, I digress. Because we should move on and take a look at the wings, starting over the top side where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out. Unfortunately, a little bit drowned away by the grey base color, but we do have the markings for the emergency exit printed on. The underside of the wings offers more nice physical detailing, and then we have the winglets, which for my taste are still made a bit too bulky by Herpa Wings, but it is really marginal. But they do look nice with the Copa Airlines color scheme printed on. The landing gear, that is the new and improved standard landing gear from Herpa Wings for all their 737 MAX aircraft models. Improved because they have been height adjusted, which makes them look much more realistic. But we are missing printed details, unfortunately. On the belly of the aircraft we can see this lovely metallic print, not distracting us from the hole, of course, here in the fuselage, made for a stand, which is unfortunately not included with this aircraft model. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here at the back of the aircraft and also here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the current standard livery of Copa Airlines from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? I mean, the timing of it being a MAX 9 is of course unfortunate, but it is far beyond the control of Herpa Wings and should not deduct anything from this aircraft model, because I think it is genuinely a very nice model from Herpa Wings. I mean, apart from the fact that it is awesome that we finally have a Copa Airlines aircraft model in scale 500, been long overdue, it is also generally a very well-made aircraft model from Herpa Wings. The height adjustment of the landing gear adds so much to their MAX models. We have Herpa's really solid 737 mold, and I mean, yeah, it's just a nice looking aircraft model, I can't lie. Could there be some more printed details here and there? Yes, of course, that's typical for Herpa Wings. So I find it really difficult to find any major grievances I could have about this aircraft model, except for maybe one thing, and that would be, well, the official retail price of Herpa Wings. 35 euros for this model is, well, outrageous, because you just don't get what you're paying for. You would need to have many more printed details in order for justifying such a price tag. But if you look at the model on its own, hey, it's a nice thing. And on that note, it is time to end today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? With that, thanks so much for having watched today's video. I'm checking out, and bye.